In a shooting game, one of the most important pieces of a project's identity is arguably the weapon recoil experience. In game design, the advantage of automatic fire is typically balanced by some sort of inaccuracy mechanic. The methods used across titles vary quite a bit, but the results often expose some of the game's fundamental design principles and goals. Counter-Strike, for instance, uses fixed spray patterns for each of its weapons. This incentivizes players to gain an advantage by becoming more familiar than their opponent with the arrangements, one of many elements that support its position in competitive esports. But in a completely different approach, Metal Gear Solid facilitates a friendlier controller experience by progressively widening the crosshair spread, but leaving its position mostly unaffected. And lastly, titles like Insurgency Sandstorm and Ready or Not lean into simulation territory by adding upward and side-to-side movement to the camera for each round the player fires. I like a few of these ideas, so here's how I started my own system. I like the benefits of fixed spray patterns and the presentation of adding force to the camera per round. One of my early items of inspiration for this actually comes from Quake 2's machine gun. It may seem a little primitive these days, and it's certainly not even universally appreciated.
The machine gun in the next level, which has recoil for some reason. What game do you think you are, Quake 2? Cut that shit out.
But I still always really enjoy shooting this weapon.
The machine gun sucks.
I think the upward movement contributes more than just sensation, though, and combined with other kind of natural stealth considerations for firearms, like sound, makes the decision to attack feel consequential and exciting. I'm not making a multiplayer game, though, so if using fixed spray patterns is esports posturing, why would I want this feature? Mostly because of another competitive playstyle that I want to support. Speedrunning. I'm not gifted at all in this area, but I am very interested in mechanics that increase the skill ceiling and encourage players to master a title. Okay, so one last detail here before moving on. Recoil intensity increases as the player continues to fire automatically. While this approach isn't very realistic, this will balance against a quick enemy time to kill and further raise the skill ceiling for ballistic weapons. In my mind, only the highest skilled percentile should be able to effectively control a weapon spray after more than a few rounds. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. How intense do you think recoil should feel? Does this add an enjoyable element of difficulty or a tedious chore? Does the camera movement upset or immerse you? Why is this simulation style typically only seen in first-person shooters? Let me know what you think in the comments. Apart from the functional ideologies of recoil, there are also the decorative components that aim to make the experience feel fun. A lot of folks call this game feel, and a good amount of previously mentioned details already support this, but mostly as a secondary outcome. One addition, though, that was implemented purely in this spirit is the slight recoil reset that occurs after each round. This was suggested to me a while back, and I think it really sells the whole experience. The amount and speed can also be customized per weapon, so it ends up playing into the weapon's overall personality as well, which I quite like the result of. So that's a short update on my progress with the recoil experience. If you want to see more videos and support the project, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.